Hi, I'm Michelle Thevenot, woodcarving artist from Saskatchewan, Canada. I'm going to show you how to make a carved tree ring imprint artwork using a mix of old-fashioned wood block printmaking techniques and modern power tools. It starts off with a leftover log slice. I have this cut off section of spruce. You can always use a chainsaw to cut a section from a log in a size that works for you. First, you're going to secure the wood in a bench vise or a jaw horse at a comfortable working height. You'll want to smooth the top surface. Here, I'm using the Arbortech Turbo Plane on the power carving unit. Its adjustable leveling guide sets the depth of the blade to help create a uniform surface. This tool shaves down the high spots to help get the top surface flat and even, and it helps to go over the surface from different directions. Then you'll be deciding on what design you want to create on this wood imprint. You can draw your design straight onto the wood or use a computer to help make your design. Here, I'm using the website Canva to create a design to fit the size of the log. This website is quite easy to use, has many free design features. I created a circle outline in the size of the log and arranged the text and graphics of my design. I download the files from my computer, and if the design has text, you'll want to print this in reverse by flipping the image. If the image size is larger than one sheet of paper, you can print it with a poster mode using multiple pages that you tape together afterwards. Then I cut off the excess paper from around the design. Place the paper template onto the log and tape an edge of the paper to the wood. Then place a sheet of carbon transfer paper between the wood and the template. Make sure the black carbon side is facing towards the wood. Then tape the pattern to the transfer paper and the transfer paper to the wood so that everything stays in place. Begin tracing the outlines using a ballpoint pen and press firmly. Remove the tracing paper and pattern. And next we'll be carving the design into the wood. I'm using the Arbortech power chisel to remove the wood within the letters and the design. Regular oiling is important in this tool, so I take breaks to put a couple drops of oil into the port, and it just keeps everything running smoothly. Sanding is next with the power carving unit and sanding pad with a 60 grit sandpaper disc. This will smooth out any rough edges around the carved design. Then I switched to a 120 grit sandpaper disc. And then to a 180 grit sandpaper disc. Compressed air will blow off all that dust. The top surface is quite smooth, and now it's time to refine the edges of this carved design. I'm using a handheld rotary tool with a fine grit burr bit in a flame shape. It has a pointed tip, which is great for detailing. I use this along the edges of the carved design to basically sand it to a smoother finish and clean out any of the rough or bumpy spots. This helps get those outlines as crisp and clean as possible. And one last pass with the 180 grit sandpaper while following the circular grain pattern. Next, I chose to apply a spray clear coat sealer on the top surface. This will help prevent the ink from soaking into the wood in the printmaking process. Now to set up the printmaking station. Start with a non-slip pad placed on the work surface, followed by a sheet of cardboard or paper to protect the area from any ink mess. Another non-slip pad is placed under the carved wood to prevent things from sliding or shifting during the printmaking process. I have a sheet of acrylic that I'm using for rolling the ink. I clean it off to make sure that there's no dust or debris. A printmaking roller, some printmaking ink, and a baren are tools needed for this stage, along with paper. I choose paper with a smooth surface, not textured, and light to medium in weight. I'm using a 60-pound weight cover paper, which works fine, but I wouldn't want to go any heavier than that. To begin printmaking, put some ink onto the acrylic sheet and roll it out until the roller has a thin, even coating. Then start rolling the ink onto the wood block. Place the paper gently onto the woodblock, centering it on the page, and then press firmly with the baren. You'll want to move in many different directions and cover the whole surface. Gently peel the paper up off the woodblock from one end to reveal your woodblock print. The unique personality of the tree's rings, knots, and cracks make this art so interesting. You can create many prints by reapplying ink and repeating the process on additional papers. Cleanup is super easy with this water-based ink. Just rinse and dry. The carved woodblock can also be wiped down with a wet cloth to remove excess ink. You may choose to embellish the logwood prints by using an ink pen for any little touch-ups, flourishes, or customizations. Here, I also use a touch of red acrylic paint to add a pop of color to the design. To finish, sign your artwork and number it if it's created in a series. Time to reveal the wildly unique tree ring printmaking artwork. Want to give this a try? Check out this video's description for details on tools and supplies. Thank you so much for being here to watch this creative project with me. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, write a comment below, and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can appreciate more videos like this one.